Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. We are continuing on my hourglass block quilt here. So we have the top completely done already, and we are going to work on the binding and back again tonight. We have them sewn. I just need to press them, and I think that's all we're going to really do tonight, because after that, we'll be starting to sandwich the quilt together, and I need a whole new setup for that. So tomorrow we'll start doing that. So I think it'll be nice and quick tonight. Thanks again, guys, for coming in. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. And I'm the author of Sew and Stitch Embroidery, and I'm here every night to relax and craft with you at 9:30 p.m. Central Time. Thanks for popping in, everyone. Again, Hourglass Quilt. We are going to work on the binding. We have to press the binding tonight, which will take time. We have to press all along the edge. It's a long edge too, so it'll be fun. And then just pressing the back, prepping for tomorrow when we sandwich the quilt all together. So, all right, just a reminder, I am giving away this quilt. If you want to sign up for the giveaway, the link is in this post, this Facebook post, and if you're watching the replay on YouTube, it is also in the YouTube post as well. And I'll be announcing the winner once we're finished with the quilt, which will be coming up probably a little bit more than a week yet, a couple weeks, but we'll get it done soon. We're almost to the quilting stage. I'll be announcing the winner in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group on Facebook, so be sure to join that as well. So, all right, guys, I'm going to flip you around. Let's get pressing. Thanks for coming in. All right, got my kitty towel out here again. So, all right, here's where we left off last night. Oh gosh, where's the end of this? So we did all this binding. We sewed it together. Here's an end. I need to trim the pieces yet. So we sewed them at a diagonal like this, and then we pressed. Oh, we didn't even press it yet. We are going to once we sewed them like this. When they're opened up, they look like that. So we've put the seam along a diagonal so that ultimately we are going to be folding it in half. It disperses that seam allowance across this edge instead of it being all bulked up all in the same spot like this vertically. So that's why we're doing it horizontally. I need to trim off all the pieces, and let's see, grab my scissors. And then we'll press the whole thing, and then we have to press it in half to get that binding, that half binding like that. How big is the quilt? What did we say? I think it ended up being 52 inches? 54 inches, I think, by 48 inches. That sounds right, doesn't it? 54 inches by 48 inches. Something like that. I know 48 inches is right, I think. So I'm just trimming the seam allowance here to about 1/4 of an inch. Get these little triangles when we're done. You can do this with a rotary cutter too, if you like, but I think a scissors is just quick and easy. Make sure you're cutting off the triangles and not the other way around. But yeah, yesterday we did all sorts of math and figuring with the size of the quilt, so I should have that just right at the top of my head, the size of the quilt. But it's around a little over 50 inches by 48 inches. So it's still small, but I would call it slightly bigger than a baby quilt. I think it makes a nice a small lap quilt, a good quilt if you just want to do some English paper piecing in front of the TV or some knitting in front of the TV or something, and you don't need a whole huge giant blanket, but you just want to cover your lap, cover your legs. It's about that size. That's how things should be measured, right? All right, I think that might be our last one. Yep, that's it. So I will put those to the side. now I just want to go over this whole thing and press it so I can get that seam pressed. Let's see, how should we do that? We'll do it with the seam up. And I think I'm going to go the other direction. Yes, a little lap quilt, but I'm calling it a lap quilt still. I think it's bigger than a baby quilt. All right, I'm going to put all of this bulk on the left. It's getting tangled up here. And then I'm going to start pressing on the right. I want to end up with these on top, though, the seam allowance. So let's just press this. I think this direction will work fine. So this had quite the crease in this first piece. Let's see if we can get that started. There, and now I can just kind of pull this along. That important step of pressing that I always forget is such a big part of it. Pressing, pressing, pressing. So we could actually prep this binding later, but it's so nice once you have the quilt quilted that you don't have to go back and do the binding again either. It'll be all done and waiting for us. I'm pressing to one side. Some people like pressing it open, but I don't know. I'm perfectly fine with pressing to one side. Oh, getting twisted. Let's keep it flat. So I probably don't need to press the whole strips like what I'm doing. I just need to press those seams, but I figured might as well keep going through this. All right, there's another seam. How did you decide which designers' projects to do? I talk to a lot of designers. I mean, through Quilt Market and through Facebook and all that. I'm in contact with a lot of designers, and I just threw it out there to them. I told them kind of what I wanted to do. I'd like to continue doing these live things and learn from different designers, and if they were wanting to do it, to let me know. And then I picked based on that, on, you know, things that I knew I could learn from and projects that just looked really fun. And, you know, projects that I thought you guys would like too. So that's how. But if there's a designer that you want to try a design of, let me know, and I'll just try and contact them and see if they're willing to do a project. I definitely want to do projects that they're okay with. Like, I don't want to just presume that anyone is okay with me doing their entire project live, you know, live on Facebook here. So I do get permission from the people. Oh, and you guys, just so you know, our first project, we talked about the kits a little bit. And I know some of you guys were showing pictures that you already received your kit, which is amazing and awesome. They're being sent priority mail really quickly. But I think she only has like 4 kits left. So if you were thinking of getting a kit, there's only 4 left. And, you know, if you don't manage to get a kit on time, there is a PDF version of the pattern that will be doing the travel art folio by Patty Young of ModKid. But the nice thing about the kit is that it has all the different interfacings and stuff. Like I think there's like fusible fleece and fusible something else. So, I mean, for me, I don't know that much about all those interfaces. That's why I really am excited about this project. I'm going to learn a little bit more of how to use interfacings like that. And it was nice for me to have it all included. So if you do want it all included, and then being able to choose from some of her really cute fabric from Patty's Primavera collection, then there's only 4 kits left. But yeah, again, if you want to use your own fabric and all that, or if you're overseas and are unsure you'll get it on time, for sure, there's a PDF version available as well. That's fun because then you can get your own fabric and stuff too. All right, next up, I am folding these in half. The whole thing, the whole length, so that, 250 or however many inches we have here, we are gonna fold that entire length. So that's kind of a bear, but we're gonna do it. We're folding it so the seam is on the inside. So ultimately what we're gonna do, like if you pretend that my ruler is the quilt, this is the front of the quilt, we are gonna sew that raw edge that we're matching up here, we're gonna sew that with the machine on the front of the quilt, and then we're gonna wrap this edge around to the back of the quilt like this. And then we're gonna hand stitch that down. So we'll end up with like this cute little binding. Kind of slippery. The ruler does not make for a good quilt. It's a little slippery. All right, so let's press this in half. That's the first step. And then we'll kind of just roll this up and have it in the wings ready to go when we need it, once we're done quilting. You had heard about the block of the month house quilt prior. Oh, you signed up to your newsletter. Okay, awesome. So yes, Jacqueline, oh my gosh, I don't know if I know how to pronounce her last name. I'm gonna have to ask her. Steves, is that, do you guys know if that's the right pronunciation? But for her block of the month, we are gonna be doing that. That'll be either our second or third project, depending on timing. And she's doing this super cute block of the month, and it's not like a million months, it's just 4 months worth, I think. So a nice big block, a cute little block with a house on that can be appliqued or I'm gonna press this way. It feels weird. Feels weird with the fold at the bottom. But it can be embroidered or appliqued. I think I'm gonna do a combo of both, because we did that with the Splendid Sampler on at least one of the blocks. Oh yeah, at least I think 2 of the blocks. We did a little applique and a little embroidery in the same piece, and I had never really done that before, and I just thought it was so cute. So I think this house, these houses that she designed, and you can check them out on the website, and I have, I sent that email out with links. I'll have to put links to all these projects in the Facebook page too. I don't think I did that yet. But I think it'll look really cute with applique and embroidery, a little combo deal. Oh, and you guys, so okay, you guys that are interested in that block of the month, I just got notice from her today, and I will post this on Facebook later, but she is having, there's a kit available for that as well, and what the kit is the fabric that she shows in the photo. So if you want exactly how she has it, like if you don't want to choose your own fabric, you want to do it exactly how she has it, she does have the fabric available as a kit, all ready to go. There is a discount on that kit, I think through Tuesday. So not long, like 4 days or something like that. I'll have to check again, but it's something really quick, like you'd have to get it by Monday sort of thing. I'll check again. But if you didn't want to choose your own fabric, you wanted to use her adorable, sweet fabric that she uses in the photo of the project, the kits are available right now for pre-sale, and they are on sale compared to what they'll be later. If you're interested, oh, June 27th. Okay, is that that's Tuesday, isn't it? No, it's not. That's like next week, late next week, 1 week. So there's a week. Yeah, today's the 22nd, 23rd, Friday, 4th, 5th, 6th. Oh yeah, it is Tuesday. So that's Tuesday. June 27th is the cutoff day for her pre-sale where you can get a discount on that specific fabric. Man, it's almost gonna be July. Crazy. but that means it's birthday month. I don't celebrate for the month, but my birthday is July 6th. I do have to not get the mail though now. I'm not allowed to get the mail. John's gotta check it first in case there's surprises in there. Except for I just ordered that adjustable extension table, and I ordered a different a different darning foot for free motion quilting for my machine that I want to give a try. So I'd like to get those before my birthday. Which project? Oh, the block of the month. Jacqueline, that I Love Home. Oh, is that what it's called? The Jacqueline Steves. Again, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing your last name right, but that project, the block of the month one. That one there is a kit for the fabric that she uses in the photos. A kit available for pre-sale at a cheaper cost through Tuesday, June 27th. You like to buy the kit, but by the time you add the shipping to Canada, oh, it gets costly. Yeah, I'm guessing it probably does. I mean, that's a lot of fabric. I mean, fabric itself is pretty expensive. I'm guessing fabric's probably the bulk of the price. Yeah, but shipping to Canada, that can sometimes add like $7 to $15 on top of things, especially with fabric. It's a lot of that's by weight, and fabric, especially a lot of fabric, can get pretty hefty. Oh, that's why you look at the PDF. So, well, Marion, oh, you're talking about the for the travel art folio. Yeah. So for the travel art folio, the PDF is available. But again, ooh, look at this. I didn't snip that. Look at my cute new scissors. There we go. Look at, I got these cute orange scissors, and look, they even say penguin and fish on there. Aren't they just like so sweet? I have, it's almost sparkly too, and I have it in a few different colors. I'm considering having them in my shop, so this is kind of a sample that I'm testing out. But yeah, if more supplies and cute little supplies like that are something you guys are interested in, let me know. We'll definitely be upping our supply game soon here. We're gonna have embroidery hoops in the shop soon. And I want to do some cute ideas with embroidery hoops around Christmas. I think there's a lot of really fun projects we could do that are embroidery hoop based. But I don't know, some things to look forward to. Oh, you want them? Yeah, I have them right now. I have them in purple and like this really kind of bright blue and this kind of yellow goldenrod gold. But I don't know, personally, I like these little orange guys. But look, they're a little sparkly. I think they're pretty fun. They just came in the mail today. Had to test them out. Wow, I am sweating above the iron here again. We're probably about halfway through. So one thing I'm trying to do is manage the stretchiness of this. It's not too bad because we didn't actually, even though we're making like a bias or like a binding, usually sometimes these are called bias bindings. Ooh, yeah, the blue. I'll have to show you guys the other colors. I'll break them out tomorrow. Or maybe not tomorrow, because we're going to be on the floor basting our quilt. But I'll be sure to show them to you. There are a couple different sizes too, but I think I like this size best. But yeah, the blue is really pretty. I think I was saying something and then I totally forgot. Oh, yep, I have purple. It's pretty cute. What's nice is they all kind of match a lot of the colors I use pretty often in our embroidery kits and stuff too. So I'm kind of excited about that. We'll see. Still making decisions on all that. Have to have a purple one. Yeah, I don't have them near me. I just brought this one out from my office, but I'll show you guys. I'll bring the rest of them out. But I'm going to have some floss packs coming up too, and hoops, and needles, and we'll probably do like a whole big. You can probably get it all, you know, I'm still thinking it through, but I'll have them available separately, but then you can get like whole bundles of them together too if you want. I don't know, that's what I'm thinking. Sometimes it's nice to have that stuff available, and I cannot resist a cute scissors. It's bad. I should bring out all, why do I tease you? I should bring out all my scissors someday, and I think they would fill the table. I don't know how it happened, but all of a sudden I feel like I'm a scissors collector. I don't know. I have so many scissors and, you know, specialty scissors. And when I see a table full of scissors, I just freak out. Like I have to go check them out. And, oh man, I don't know. Somehow there's got to be a name for a person who collects scissors. Like someone who collects stamps. I'm going to have to ask Google. I'm working on some smaller kits too that I think we'll do a little stitch along of that are just fun and quick and cute. We'll see how it goes. It's the planning of it all. I got to get the planning of all that figured out. But yeah, if there's anything you guys want to see as far as embroidery patterns, I know I asked that on Facebook a little earlier, or for supplies or something that you wish you'd see and no one's getting quite right, let me know. I want all this to be fun and a good time for all of us, and I want to be able to, you know, make it easy, and having cute scissors makes life better, right? Let's make life better through cute, crafty stuff. Oh, the skunk embroidery pattern from the book. Oh, I think, yeah, so I just saw that pop up. I haven't been online much today, so I have to check through all those, but I think I saw the image of that of the little skunk pillow. So fun. But yeah, I want to stitch more animals with you guys. I know we've been totally focused on, I mean, we did do the bunny stitch along, but that was a while ago already. I know we've been kind of focused on quilting and stuff lately with the Splendid Sampler and this project, but I do want to pepper in some more embroidery again. Embroidery is nice in the middle project stuff. It doesn't take that long. At least, you know, mine, which aren't huge. I mean, you can get an intricate embroidery, I'm sure that would take a long time, but my fun little embroideries, they're just quick and easy, and they're good like palette cleansers in between projects and stuff, so I'm excited to get going on some more embroidery again. Missed it, the skunk? I think it's in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group, Debbie. I have to check it out again, but I think that's where it's hiding. All right, we are almost done with the binding. I'll wind it up. I don't have really anything to wind it up on. Oh, I have a little cup over here. I'll wind it up on a cut. Oh, the kitty towel. The kitty towel is a cute pattern. Like this guy, that'd be kind of fun. I am gonna have more kitties on the horizon, I think, and some puppies, but we'll see. what I'm prepping for is I'm prepping to pitch more designs to Jo-Ann Fabrics. I'm going to be meeting up with them again in July. So if there's something you'd like to see at Jo-Ann's, let me know ASAP. And I'm putting a pitch together for them. So hopefully they'll want some more penguin and fish stuff. But regardless, I will be making a lot of these into patterns anyway. Yes, small little projects, and then it feels like you did something, right? That's always what I'm going for. I want to learn something, and I want to feel like I put something out there, like I did something. All right, that's it for the binding. Here is our giant... Oh, thanks, Wanda! Here's our giant pile. So for the time being, I'm going to just... What can I wind it on? All right, I have this little clay cup thing here. That was in my immediate reach. I'm going to just wind it up on there the best I can. And this is just for storage, so I don't have the binding laying around. I'm putting it on really gently. I don't want to distort it. It's kind of pretty on this terracotta color. So I'm just slowly winding it on. And then I'll put a wonder clip on it just to hold it here. And we will come back to it. This would be easier to wind with my hand on the inside. Maybe not. Oh yeah, I'm losing my fold there. Okay. I want to keep that fold. But yeah, so it'll just hang out here until we're done quilting. Oh, I'm excited to start quilting though. We'll start doing that next week. I'm going to try using that metallic floss. And some of the tips, I'm going to have to read through some of the tips I read again with metallic, not floss, metallic thread. And it's actually metallic, it's like that flat thread. It's not really thread, it's called something else. But supposedly you can sew with it. And I think you have to make your stitch tension looser, and I think you have to make your stitches bigger so it's not being stressed as much, and use, like in theory, a metallic needle, but I don't have one of those, so I'm going to use a top stitch needle that has a pretty large eye. And I don't know, I guess we'll just go slow. And then you don't use metallic thread for the bobbin. You in theory want to use a nice thin thread, but I just grabbed a color that was close to this. I'm not quite sure if it's really all that thin. But you know what? I have some of the extra green left over, and I think I'm going to make a little mini quilt sandwich with that. And we can do all our metallic tests, and we can do our tension tests and all that before we jump to the quilt. So I think that's the plan. That'll be the plan for early next week. That'll probably actually be Monday. Monday we'll do some test sewing with metallic thread and get started on the quilt, because I think tomorrow we'll get it all basted. Right. I know, Debbie, I'm a little unsure about it, but I thought, yeah, you know what? It'll just be a whole nother experiment. It'll just be a whole nother realm that I can learn in. But yeah, it's definitely not the easy route, I don't think. Luckily, I'm just trying it out with this nice little quilt. If it completely fails, then I won't do it. I'll just use green instead, and you know, the world will be okay still. But I had it, and you know, we're making this quilt out of all that sparkly and shiny fabric. So I thought, why not give this a try too? But yeah, supposedly it can stretch and break really easily, but it can be done in theory. So I'm gonna read up on it a little bit more again, and we will give it a little test drive, because why not? I like trying new things. Yep, that's how we learn. Exactly, Debbie. It might be a total failure, but then I'll at least know. And then we can just, you know, pull out some stitches and use different thread. All right, so I'm not sure this is going to actually stay on here, but it'll still, yeah, no, it'll just come right off, but I'm going to clip it still. Do I have a Wonder Clip out? Yeah, right here. We'll clip it with some purple. Maybe I'll clip the other end too, and we'll just keep it off of here. Yeah. That kind of worked. All right, so this is my binding. It's nice and compact right now. Oh, thanks, Anna. And we will just set this aside until we are completely done quilting the quilt. So we don't need this. I'm gonna just set it to the side again, set my cup away. And one more thing tonight, just to get her done, we still have the back of the quilt, this giant, bulky, crazy back of the quilt here. I think, why don't we, while we have the iron out, why don't we press this? We haven't pressed the seam yet. You know what? I'll probably press this again just quickly before we go live tomorrow, just so the back is nice and pressed and I can get the front nice and pressed at the same time. Tomorrow I will be in my living room on the floor. So it'll look a little different tomorrow. We won't be at my table here. Tonight I'm going to get my batting out. I did a little check to see what I have for batting even, and I have one bag of batting that will be big enough, and then a lot of scrap. So I'm thinking soon I'm going to need to buy more batting, especially before we do all these quilt designer projects coming up here. Or just, we have a roll. My mom and I share a roll of batting, but it's at her house, so I just need to cut off a pile from that roll, I think. But I'm gonna get what I have tonight and let it sit out, because I guess you wanna, I haven't done this before, but I suppose you wanna let your batting lie out for like a day or so the kind of the wrinkles come out of it. And I don't ever have the foresight to do that, so I do tonight, if I remember when we're done here. So I'm gonna get my batting out, let it sit in the living room, and then I will give both the top and the back a good press again, just so they're all prepped, and then we'll come on tomorrow and we will base the quilt. So I will be putting this on the floor. Let's see, I'm gonna just press to one side. I will be on the floor. I will be taping this back to the floor, and then putting the batting on that, and then the top on the batting, and we will pin it all up with our basting pins. And the basting pins are those curved safety pins. I think they're just called curved safety pins, or bent safety pins. I think bent safety pins. And all they are is they look like a safety pin with a little bend in the middle of them, but that bend makes it easy to go in and out of the fabric. So I bought some more of those, and we'll do that. It needs to breathe and lose some of its wrinkles, exactly, the batting. So I'll let it do that tonight. So it's the only batting I have, so it's not like I'm making any huge decisions on, oh, what's the right batting. I know, it's such a big job to put those layers together, and you're on the floor. I mean, there are other ways to do it on the table, but I like starting from the center and working my way out, and a lot of times with all those tricks to do it on the table and stuff, I don't know, you're starting from one end, and I like starting from the middle and going outward. All right, well, the back, that seam is pressed. We could press this whole thing, but again, I think I'm gonna just wait for that for tomorrow. I'll just do that on my own on the floor. Then I know it'll be ready to go, and we will work on that tomorrow. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna flip you around, and I think we're gonna call it that for the night. Gotta get the front pressed as well. I think it'll be fun with all this green. I mean, I don't always do the same back as the border. I mean, I'm actually treating this a lot like how I'm doing the Splendid Sampler. I have a big border and then the same color for the back, pretty much. I do have a pieced back a little bit. But I don't know, I like it. I like framing up all the like crazy that's happening in the middle. Oh, your sister was tossing away your curved fence. Oh, because she thought they were rejects. Oh, that's funny. So I'll show you guys quick what they look like. I have my little jar of them here. They come in different sizes. I like the bigger size, but I have smaller ones as well, just because that's what the store had. But here you go. So you can totally see why the layman would think this is like a messed up pin, right? So here we go. See there, it has that little curve into it, that little bend. And what that does is it makes it easy. I mean, if you pretend we're on a flat surface here, it makes it easy to like go down through the layers of the quilt and then come back up on a hard surface. So see, we were able to go in and out really easily, and then we'll pin it. And that'll be like us basting. So that is the plan for tomorrow. I know some of you have not gone through that process before, so this will be how I do it. And this is how my mom learned, and we kind of learned together, and she showed me this is how she does it as well. So some things, if you are planning on doing that as well, you know, again, I have these curved basting pins. You can just get them from Joann's or wherever. And you can use normal safety pins too. And you know, you can actually just stitch it. You can some people spray baste it, which is like a glue that you spray down. But the other thing I'm going to use tomorrow is some painter's tape. So if you have some of this works well for, oh, she tossed out 20 before you caught her. Bummer, Rosalie, that's funny, but not funny. But we'll use the painter's tape to tape our back to the ground, because we're not going to stretch it, but we're going to make sure it's kind of taut. So we will use the tape for that. So that's the only other thing we'll use tomorrow. Pins, painter's tape, and then our back, our front, and the batting. And the batting I'm going to lay out tonight to let the wrinkles release. So, all right, guys, I'm going to flip you around, and we will wrap it up for the evening. Hello again. So, short and sweet tonight, but we are just getting all ready to go for tomorrow. I'm excited. That's when we're going to baste together this whole guy, and that's when it really starts feeling like a quilt, because that's the first time all the layers are together. You can lift it up, you can feel how heavy it's gonna be, you can wrap it around you. That's the first true time that it feels like a quilt, at least in my mind. So I love that part. I really actually do like this basting part. It's annoying being on the floor, it's annoying working with giant pieces, but it's really cool once you have it together, because it's a quilt. So, all right, guys, thanks again. Again, if you haven't signed up to win the quilt, the giveaway link is in the post here, and be sure to join the Penguin and Fish Crafters group. I'm excited to quilt this guy tomorrow, baste it together. So this will go up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies if you want to watch the replay as well. And thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you guys coming in here every night and chatting with me, so I'm not all alone in craft land. I appreciate it. So have a great night. See you tomorrow, guys.